Are we on? Oh, okay, we had limited, whoa, can we go back? You've been running while we were changing mics. For somebody with a big mouth like me, these time slides are a whole new experience. Okay, let me move on. I'm Mark Zappi. Really what we want to focus on is sustainability, and that's resources. We can talk about energy, we can talk about water. Today we're going to talk about carbon. So much of our carbon goes into our urban areas. We've done really well in our urban areas with recycling, but we see a whole new avenue of sustainability when it comes to our urban areas. Look at these numbers that we're talking about. Just in sewage sludge alone, we do about 7 million tons a year. When you add in animal raising facilities, we generate 40 times that much of biosolids. So we're talking about a lot of carbon-based materials all going into our cities and our urban areas. So we have a challenge. How do we sustain our urban areas? And as a chemical engineer, I look at waste, whether it's sewage sludge, garbage, and I hate using the term garbage and sludges. We got to put a more positive twist. They are complex chemicals. This is oil or crude, and that would be a tree bark waste that we grind up. But we want to think one day experts are going to look back and say, those idiots actually stuck that stuff in landfills. As a chemical engineer, we want to crack these complex chemistries, whether it's crude, petroleum, or better yet, materials that we produce as waste and make chemicals from it. So an example of how we may do this is a gasifier. In a gasifier, I could take lawn trimmings, I could take chip woods, I could take pallets, I could literally take paper waste, garbage waste, even animal remains. We get some pretty gross stuff here, and biosolids, which is sewage sludge. Run it through a unit, as I show here, and make a synthesis gas, which we can crack either to make fuels and chemicals or electrical power. Now, what I'm showing up here is a 3-ton-a-day biomass-fed gasifier that we have here at UL at our Clico Alternative Energy Facility in Crowley, Louisiana. So we were cracking the chemicals to the waste to make more chemicals. Now, another process is torrefaction. Here, we're focusing on replacing coal. Coal produces a lot of CO2, which causes global warming. We want to take something that's carbon neutral, like a wood chip, and our paper and pulp industry really needs this market. We could take it, run it through our torrefier here at UL, that's also in Clico, in Crowley, and make what's called biocoal. We can take wood that's about 7,000 BTUs per pound, torrefy it into a very coal-like material that's about 12,000 BTUs per pound. The exact energetic values we see with coal. So we're making a biocoal. This is taking shrimp waste from Delcombe, Louisiana. We're breaking down the meat residuals into shells and producing methane to replace natural gas. And with the natural gas, we could feed it into a refinery operation and actually make a good diesel fuel or a gasoline from it. Again, why are we throwing all this valuable carbon away? And we do this on the bench scale and also using these pilot scale digester systems, again, that we have here at UL. And we've been real pleased with these results. The shrimp producer wants to utilize this recovered energetic source to offset their electrical power usage in Delcombe. Another option is to take a whole variety of waste coming from urban areas, again, run it through a digester, which let me tell you is a biological process that uses anaerobic organisms. We'll run it, the complex waste, in through our anaerobic organisms, converts it to simple organic acids, use another type of aerobic organism that produces a biocrude, which then we put in a petroleum refinery and we can replace crude oil. Now that's almost talking bad about the Bible when you're in Lafayette, Louisiana as a chemical engineer, because oil is king. But we see this as a complementary effort that our biocrude one day could be coexist going into a petroleum refinery. Other examples that we've done, the alligator industry was real cool, so we said, well, let's look at what they waste, and they use about everything but the fat. And we found that we could take the fat from alligator, harvested alligators, chemically modify some and make a really good biodiesel out of it. So in the alligator industry, if we would adopt this, 100% of what goes in there, in the form of alligators, will go into some type of value-added product. Even the claws are used, believe it or not. Another example is taking sewage sludge. If you run a wastewater plant really well, you can get the bacteria to build up this crude oil. And we can take that and put it into a refinery. So that's kind of the concept we're working on. I want to highlight briefly, and Terry Chambers will talk about it too. All this is being done under the Energy Institute of Louisiana. We have several centers. We invite anybody interested to come join EIL. It's wide open. It's one of the institutes here on campus. And we have a home for you somewhere. So I'm sending this as a plea. Come join us, get a hold of me, and let's work together and do some cool things. While my slide's still up here, I'll take advantage of it. You can see we deal everything from petroleum all the way through to the ecological side. I'm going to end it by showing a slide of the facility I kept on mentioning, the Clico Alternative Energy Center. This is in Crowley, Louisiana. It's right by the jail. So for some of us, that's probably appropriate. But this is an aerial view that Terry and his group took with a drone, and he's going to talk to you. Those are shining solar panels that are tracking the sun, solar thermal. I'm sure he's going to mention that. That's the research center. This is a $10 million facility, brand new, that UL has in Crowley, Louisiana. And within there, the gasifier, the torrefier, several labs. Really nice facility we're proud of here at Yale to have. So hopefully I'll spark a little bit of interest. I'm going to be bowing out of here, but Terry will be around to answer any questions. We work a lot together. We're colleagues and good friends. So hopefully we spark your interest and we can do some good work together. That's me.